Obito Uchiha's life is quite traumatizing. Obito lived to do the right thing. He enjoyed helping others, especially the elders. He cared for others, and I find it amazing how one innocent kid turned from being a wonderful person to the dark side of the world. Now, instead of helping people, he killed people. Many people believe Obito's character is one of the best, or the best, in the whole series. A good innocent kid who walked the path of righteousness to then be consumed by hatred and despair, but also a character who doesn't care about anything at all. You watched Obito suffer after witnessing Kakashi, his best friend, killing the woman he loved in front of him. And he even asked for a promise from Kakashi to protect her. His whole worldview changed. Everything that we used to know about the old Obito, the kindness of this child, was instantly snapped into darkness and hatred. He brutally killed all the Miss Shinobi that was around the field. He also awakened his Mangekyo Sharingan with Kakashi the same time he did. Kakashi collapsed, but Obito was about to make blood go wild. He covered the whole battlefield with blood dripping everywhere. He brutally killed the Miss Ninja with using wood style, and to his advantage after unlocking the Kamui, the Mangekyo Sharingan of his ability. He was able to run through everyone to escape, just to go to one specific Miss Ninja to brutally bash his head in. The only issue I have with this fight, I wish it was heavily not censored. I would have loved to see an actual brutal gore episode of him going completely all out, but the fight was still an amazing fight nonetheless. Obito understood what he needed to do. Earlier, after being saved by Madara and spending time with him, Obito didn't believe in his dream world, but Madara told him he will come back to him. Obito thanked Madara for everything he's done, but he had to leave to go rescue his friends after hearing they were in danger, just to see his whole worldview changed in that moment. Zetsu told Obito, "This dream world that Madara wants to build, anything can be possible. Anyone could be alive again." He repeated those same words in his own mind while holding Ren's dead body in his arms. Obito truly believed it was time for this world to change. He understands that there needs to be a real change in this reality. He came back to Madara, and Madara explained everything about Project Tsukinome. He knew Obito would return, but Obito didn't know what he was getting himself into, but he believed it was the right decision. Madara then told him to go get Nagato, collect all the Tail Beasts into the Gato statue. You will learn to control that statue. Even if you don't have the Rinnegan, you have the Hashirama wood style in your veins, and in the future you will revive me. Obito and Zetsu recruited Nagato. That was the first step of the plan. 1 year later, Obito went to the Hidden Leaf Village to destroy it and to extract Kurama from Kushina, Uzumaki. Obito truly stopped caring less and less about this cruel reality. Nothing at all matters anymore to him. He killed Minato and Kushina. He helped to annihilate his own clan with Hitachi, acting in character as Madara Uchiha, using his identity and long history as an excuse to kill everyone. But Obito Uchiha himself didn't have any problems at all with the clan. He didn't care. That was the point. Madara gave Obito permission to use his name of the world. Madara said once, everyone who rejects this reality is called Madara. The name Madara Uchiha is power itself. And Madara gave Obito that title. Obito lost the one person that helped him remain whole as a human being. After developing feelings for that person and seeing that person die in front of you and then holding them in your arms, the emotions Obito is feeling changed a whole identity of a human being to view this entire world completely different now. That is not just character development, that is changing a whole person from once they once were. People find Obito relatable because people go through changes in their lives where they just don't care about anything anymore. People can really truly get behind the character of Obito Uchiha. Once you lose something, you can't ever return. Obito walked the earth being a no one. Names were meaningless to him. Tobi, Madara, Obito, it doesn't mean anything to him because that identity is no one anymore. The Obito Uchiha we used to know does not exist. He only existed in the past. And the current Obito Kakashi looks at now is someone who doesn't care about anything in this reality. Names are truly useless in his image. Obito stated in Kakashi's face he did not start the war over Ren, but Ren's death was his inspiration to believe that there needs to be a change in this world. Ren's death was the final trigger point for Obito. Obito did horrible things in his life. He did things behind the scenes that had nothing to do with Project Tsukiyomi. Madara gave him a certain amount of orders, but the deaths that Obito committed were by his own actions. Obito walked a dark road, a path of no return. When Madara got resurrected back, Obito had opinions that he was being used by Madara. He didn't want to be controlled by him anymore. When Obito fought Kakashi, he let himself be pierced by Kakashi's lightning blade in the heart in order to get rid of the ceiling tag in his heart, so he could become the 6th Pass Jinchuriki. Obito's character more in depth is about how a person can fall downhill after witnessing losing something or losing someone. People are human, and when we lose something that we treasure in our hearts, and once it is gone, we have this mindset where we don't know what to do, and sometimes we don't care to even try. We just walk a different path that's different than anyone else's, and sometimes the wrong path is the only path that person can take. When someone's mindset is already hooked on what they want to do, there's no way of convincing them to come back. Kakashi tried many times to convince Obito to come back to his senses. He believes he sees himself in Naruto when he was younger. Obito then admitted, "It's because I understand Naruto's mindset that I'm trying to push him to see if my path was the correct one." And Obito has a point. Why would you not want to push someone as a test to see if your path was indeed the correct one? If Naruto did give in to despair after Obito killed Neji, he would have realized my path was not wrong after all. Anyone can become the next Obito if you take away what's precious to them. That was the test. Now then, I have many issues with Obito's character without the mask, but I still understand the character, and I understand why everyone loves him. After Madara saved Obito's life from the boulders, giving him a Zetsu arm with Hashirama cells and let him live with him until Obito was healed, Madara finally put his plan in action. Now before any of this, Obito was set up to save Ren in this exact location underneath the rocks where Madara was living under. Madara just didn't plan the mist incident, but the stone ninja as well that kidnapped Ren to put Obito in this exact location where Madara was living so he could save him and put his plan in action. When Obito was healed, he was told Ren's life was in danger, and when he got there to save her, Obito saw Kakashi take Ren's life. That drove him into hatred. Madara was dying and he needed someone to fulfill his plan. Obito was that person he controlled. He manipulated Obito's darkness to make him his pawn. Obito believed everything was natural causes, that the shinobi world is what made him for what he was today. But no, Madara revealed he turned him into what he is now. Everything was a setup just for Obito to do most of the work for Madara, and once Nagato died, Obito wasn't going to sacrifice himself to bring Madara Uchiha back as planned. So Obito decided to not revive Madara at all, and he was going to fulfill Project Tsukiyomi without him, after the Tell Beast hunt was finished. So if Madara didn't tell him the truth about Ren, Obito actually would have performed Project Tsukiyomi, the moon plan, without context of the truth. Madara technically would have won because he brainwashed Obito to do everything for him, and Obito didn't even know. So Madara technically won and fulfilled his moon plan without even being alive. He would have manipulated Obito beyond the grave. In a way, Madara still truly won because he got what he wanted. Obito had years to think for himself, but he still believed in the same plan. But when you look at Nagato, who also had the influence of Project Tsukiyomi at first, Nagato used the years he had to finally think for himself for his original plan, while Obito just believed in the same moon plan as Madara. But Obito believed it was something that he agreed with Madara because they both believed this world was hell. But no, the world of shinobi would still be a mess. I do believe truly Obito wouldn't have thought the world was as bad as what he imagined it to be. Madara just made him think and believe the world was worse than he imagined it. But it seemed the Uchiha was cursed with hatred, and Madara took advantage of the Uchiha's curse to make Obito hate this world, so he can fulfill Project Tsukiyomi with or without Madara being there. So without a doubt, Obito just did what he believed in. Even if he was given a false death, an illusion that things were not happening because of natural causes, yes, the shinobi world is still a messed up world and a messed up system. Obito was introduced to believe this because of what he saw. But if Obito was not witness to this situation, this plan, in order to control him, I don't think Obito would have really truly think that the world was as bad as what he believed it was because of Rin's death. If Rin's death did not happen, Obito probably would have walked a different path. In all honesty, Obito is a great character. I do not agree with a lot of writing with him, but I can get behind the reasons why everyone does love him and why they believe he was the best villain. I am Delix, subscribe if you want, and have a good night.